Okay, Salakia Akim. I guess this will be part 2. But it says the whole going to the next chapter, Genesis 11:1. The whole earth was of one language and of one speech. All right, which was the Hebrew. And it came to pass as they journeyed from the east that they found a plain in the land of Shinar, and they dwelt there. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime had they for mortar. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower, whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. All right, so they wanted to start building, all right, above the heavens. All right, they wanted to start building all the way up. So Yahweh Hashem Yahushai had to stretch out the heavens. All right, it says, verse 5, and Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower, which the children of men builded. All right, you have children of the wicked, children of men, and children of God, of Yahweh. All right, sons of God, sons of men, and sons of the wicked. It says, and Yahweh said, Behold, the people is one, and they have all one language, and this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language, that they may not understand one another's speech. So Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore the name is called Babel, because Yahweh did there confound the language of all the earth. Babel means to say nonsense, and that's what people thought it was. All right, because they were like, yo, you're speaking nonsense. All right, it was just different languages. And from thence did Yahweh scatter them abroad upon the face of the earth. You see, so they try to reach up to the heavens. But the Most High said, up until here can you go. Above this, you can't go. All right, so back in Isaiah 40:23, Salaki, I don't know why the fuck it always does this. It says, Isaiah 40:23, that bringeth the princes to nothing, he maketh the judge of the earth as vanity. Salaki, verse 22. It is he that sitteth upon the circle of the earth. All right, so he's watching over. And the inhabitants thereof are as grasshoppers. All right, so counted as nothing. That stretcheth out the heavens as a curtain. You see, so the Most High had to stretch out the heavens. The Most High had to confound the language, and spreadeth them out as a tent to dwell in. That bringeth the princes to nothing, he maketh the judges of the earth as vanity. Yea, they shall not be planted, yea, they shall not be sown, yea, their stalks shall not take root in the earth, and he shall also blow upon them, and they shall wither, and the whirlwind shall take them away as stubble. All right, and we know the whirlwind can be either a literal whirlwind, or it could be the chariots of Israel. All right, so let me go back to Job 38. And then I'll go to Wisdom of Solomon 13. It says, verse 2, but deemed either earth, either fire or wind, or the swift air, or the circle of the stars. All right, so the stars are not flat, the earth is not flat, or the violent water, or the lights of heaven, to be gods which govern the world. All right, so if you're not about Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, then you might as well be worshiping one of those things, man. All right, because if you're not, you're still going to be hurt. You're still going to be hit. You're still going to be touched. You see? So they also like to bring out Job 38, talk about how, you know, the pride waves stop at Antarctica because Antarctica is actually surrounding the earth and not just under the earth. And, you know, they come up with all this shit. All right, and people think to be wise, you know, when they follow those type of people. But this is Job 38:1. Then Yahweh answered Job out of the whirlwind. You see, that whirlwind is a chariot, a so-called UFO, which we know also is a curse upon the earth because they're going to be destroyed by it. All right. It says, and said, what is the dark? Who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast understanding. Let's look up that word foundations. All right. Of Arataza. All right. It says Arataza would be right here. That's earth. Bayasad Ya. Bayasad Ya. All right. This is Yasad, which is the root word, which means to found, to fix, establish, lay foundation, to found, establish. All right. So it doesn't say foundation necessarily having a base. All right. Flat. Is to found. All right. To create. All right. To be founded. All right. Appoint. To set. Instruct. All right. It says appoint, take, counsel, establish, instruct, lay, ordain. All right. So that's what he did to the earth. Salakia. Where was thou when I laid the foundation of the earth? All right. When he created the earth, where were you? All right. Can we say that we're part of that number? Can we say we're the elect? Sure, you can say it. But if you're wrong, all right. If you're wrong, then obviously that it wasn't true. You know? So can we declare that we are those that were with Yahweh when he created the earth and the heaven? No. All right? We can't. It says, declare if thou hast understanding. All right? So, and what is it better for you to do if you don't know the answer? To put your mouth over your hand over your mouth. All right? It says, who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest, or who hath stretched the line upon it? That's one they like to bring out, saying that the line is the earth is flat and all you can see is the line. All right. And that's all you can see, and you can't see anything else, and this and that. All right. But nobody knows the roundness or how, or the width or the breadth or the deep of the earth. No one knows it. All right. NASA may say they know. All right. You flat earthers may say you know now, but you don't. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua. You don't know. All right. You don't have his knowledge. You don't have his wisdom, his understanding. But what we do know, all right, is through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, he hath chosen certain people and has elected them to know certain things. Yeah, we're not going to know everything, but we're not ignorant. All right. It says, who hath laid Shawam, which I believe was Sham up here. It says Maya Sham, Maya, which I believe means from or what. Salakia means what or who. Sham, or what name. And then it says Mamad Yah, all right, measured. Kaya, of. Tadai, all right. So it says, who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest. All right, measures, Mamadya, a measurement. All right, simple, a measurement. Let me see. It says, if thou knowest, or who hath stretched the line upon it. All right. And this part is the one that, I would read over. And if you don't know, have an understanding, and you don't go into the Hebrew or go into the Greek, then you're going to be left like that without understanding. All right. But stretch means to bend. All right. To stretch, extend, spread out, pitch, turn, pervert, incline, bend. You see? To bend. Bend a bow. All right, to bend, to bow, to hold out, stretch out, incline. So who has bent the line? You see? Because the earth is huge, man. The earth is huge. All right? The earth abideth forever. So if the earth abideth forever, and it's going to be populated, all right, in the next kingdom forever, that means the earth first has to be pretty damn big before you can even start leaving earth. All right? So that's what that curtain that was stretched out. All right? To be stretched out means to be made big. You see? So this earth was stretched out, man. All right? It was bent. All right? Bent. If thou knowest who hath stretched or bend the line, and that one is straight to the point, line, a cord, measuring line. See? Rule, like a ruler, a line, a cord, especially for measuring, a rope, a cord, a measuring cord. All right, so do you know how big the earth is what the Most High is telling them. Doesn't mean that, look, the horizon is flat, the earth is flat, and that's the line of the horizon. It's not what it's saying. Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened, or who laid the cornerstone thereof? All right, so it says, whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened. But we know that the earth suspended on nothing. All right, the earth is suspended on nothing. That means nothing is holding the earth up. The earth is just floating. That doesn't mean that it can float away. All right, because the earth is immovable. You can't move the earth. All right, but it's not flat. All right, or who laid the cornerstone thereof? Now, who's the cornerstone? All right, it's in the book of Ephesians. It's in the book of Psalms. All right. The stone which the builders refused is become the head stone of the corner. Psalms 118 and 22. All right. It says, let me go to Ephesians 2 and 20. And are built upon the foundation of the apostles and prophets. All right. So were you there when he created it? We don't know. We hope to be. All right. Yahushua HaMashiach himself being the chief cornerstone. All right. So that cornerstone was Yahushua. He created the earth, as we know. All right. In John, what was it? John chapter 1. Come on. John chapter 1. Oh, look, it's highlighted in blue too. John chapter 1 and 1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with our power, and the Word was a power. And the same was in the beginning with our power. All things were made by him, which is Yahushua, and without him was nothing made, was not anything made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shineth in darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. All right, so Yahushua was from the beginning. All right, and you might say the Word was really talking about the Word of God, which is the Old Testament or the whole Bible. All right, but when you go to what was that? Was it Hebrews 10 and 7? Look at that. That one's in blue too. It says, then said I, lo, I come in the volume of a book. It is written of me, to do thy will, O power. All right, so Yahushua came in the volume of a book. King David wrote this. Now, is King David the Messiah? No, Yahushua is the Messiah. All right. So going back to Isaiah, it's not Isaiah 40, Job 38. And verse 4, where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Now, where were we? We hope that we were part of that number. All right. Declare if thou hast understanding. Remember, Yahushua was the firstborn. All right. Who hath laid the measure thereof, if thou knowest, or who hath stretched or bend the line upon it? Whereupon are the foundations thereof fastened? All right. So what's the earth suspended on? What's the earth holding on to? How is it up in the air? Where is the earth? All right. The earth is being held up by Yahweh Shem Yahushai. You see? Or who laid the cornerstone thereof? Now who created the earth? Yahushai. But who created Yahushai? The Most High Yahweh. When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of our powers shouted for joy, or who shut up the sea with doors when it brake forth, as if it had issued out of the womb. All right, so that word womb is, all right, it says, or who shut up the sea with doors, all right, which that literally means doors, all right, door, gate, chest lid, all right. But what happened in the times of Noah? All right, in the times of Noah, the Most High had those windows that were opened, and it flooded the earth along with the springs of the deep of the earth, which is the sea. All right, it says, or who shut up the sea with doors? All right, so the sea has springs, but the Most High also closed them up. That one's also in Genesis. Let's see if I can remember. Windows. I think it was Genesis 7. 7 and 11. It says, Genesis 7 and 11, in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up. You see? So they were shut, and then they were broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. All right, so it's not saying it only rained. All right, it's saying the fountains of the great deep broken up. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains, springs, all right, the springs of the great, many, all right, many, great, strong, of the strong deep, which is talking about the seas, deep depths, deep places, abyss, the deep, the sea, the deep sea, abysses, all right, it's talking about the sea, all right. The sea was opened up, the gates of the seas were opened up, all right, and that's what made it flood. That's what helped the flood. It says the deep broken up and the windows of heaven were opened. All right. So water also came out from the heavens. You see? But it's talking about the doors in Job 38. What was that? 7? On Job 38 and 8. Or who shut up the sea with doors, you see? Because the sea has doors. You know? If you open up one of the... have you ever seen that movie, Journey to the Center of the Earth? Not saying it's true. All right? Not saying there's a hollow earth. I'm not saying any of that. But I'm saying that they had the idea that there was rivers that were under the earth. All right? And those rivers under the earth had tunnels and ways that would make it out into the sea. All right? But if the Most High made it to spring forth, it'd be easier for the sea to be flooded. All right? It says, who shut up the sea with doors when it brake forth, as if it had issued out of the womb? All right? Now let's look up the womb, which I had searched it earlier, and I was like, man, All right, you can't deny that the Most High has set everything up this certain way. All right, so we'll look up that word womb, see what it says, and then I'll put it on the translator. All right, racham, which over here it's maracham, which maracham means from or of the womb. All right, womb, man, woman, slave, woman. All right, the matrix. All right, but when you look up racham, all right, racham, the uterus. All right, the uterus. We'll look over here. Now, where's the uterus? It's right there. All right, it's around the babe. The babe would be the earth. The uterus surrounds the earth. All right, and that, what is that? Is that flat? Because we only see it in a certain dimension. Does that mean it's flat? You know? So it says, who shut up the sea with doors? All right, so there's rivers and streams. All right, and the doors have to be shut, because when the doors were broken up, all those streams, they blasted out of the earth. It says, when it break forth, as it had issued out of the womb. All right, so when a woman is about to deliver, she what is that word that they use? Her water breaks. All right, when her water breaks, it issues out of the womb. All right, it says, or who shut up the sea with doors? All right, which is the Most High Yahweh. But when it breaks forth, as if it had issued out of the womb. And when was that? During the flood. All right, we just read it. When I made the cloud the garment thereof, and thick darkness a swaddling band for it. All right, still talking about the earth. All right, so the cloud is a garment of the earth. That means it covers the earth. And thick darkness a swaddling band for it. All right, and what will the end of times be like? That darkness. All right, that's in Joel. Let me see if I can get that out of my Joel. Let me see. Shall not pour on my spirit. This is Joel chapter 2, verse 2. A day of darkness, of gloominess, a day of clouds and of thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains, a great people and a strong. There hath there hath not been ever the like, neither shall be any more after it, even to the years of many generations. All right, so this place will be destroyed by the ICBM missiles, and those clouds are going to compass the earth. All right, it says, when I made the cloud the garment thereof, and a thick darkness a swaddling band for it. All right, so this whole earth is going to be swaddled up by those thick darknesses, by that cloud. All right, also Yahweh Shem Yahushai is coming back in a cloud. All right, so a lot of this chapter is not necessarily talking about just one thing, because some of the things won't make sense unless you read other scriptures. All right, like it says, hopefully we get to it. Verse 15. It says, and from the wicked their light is withholden, and the high arm shall be broken. Hast thou entered into the springs of the sea? You see, so it doesn't make sense how it goes from water to people, and from people to clouds, and from clouds back to people. All right, because it's symbolic. There's a lot of symbolism in Job chapter 38, but people want to be simple and call it a flat earth. All right, which there's more to it. All right, but it says verse 9, when I make the clouds of the garment thereof. All right, so the clouds go around the earth. All right, not just fixated in one spot. All right, they go around the earth. And thick darkness a swaddling band for it, which can also be those ICBM missiles. and break up for it my decreed place and set bars and doors. All right, and break up for my decreed place. Decreed place. Let's look up that word, decreed place. Decreed place, chakwa. It says statute, ordinance, limit, something prescribed, prescribed tasks, prescribed portion, prescribed due. Now, who is this earth gonna belong to? Israel. All right. So this is the earth abideth forever. All right, and break up it for my decreed place, which is Israel, and set bars and doors. That means we're in an enclosed area, space. You can't leave the earth. All right. It says decreed place and set bars and doors. Now, bars and doors means of wood, of city gates, of tribulation, a fortress of the earth as a prison. You see? So you can't leave, escape judgment. That doesn't mean that later in the future you won't be able to leave earth. All right, because we know that when Israel is in power, Yahweh Shai said that he goes to Yahweh to create many mansions for his children. All right. And earth means, Idan or Eden means land of pleasure. All right. So door is a gate. Again, the same thing as what's it called, as earlier with the doors, but down here it says of an easily accessible woman, of doors of the heavens. All right. My decree place and set bars and doors. That means you're in an enclosed space. All right. And you can't leave this earth. You can't escape judgment. All right, because it's coming. And said, hitherto shalt thou come, but no further. And here shall thy proud waves be stayed. Now, we read back in Genesis 7 and 11 how Nimrod and the people try to make buildings and surpass, all right, and try to make it go past a certain area, go up to the Most High. They wanted to set themselves up there. But the Most High only let it continue for a while, and then he was like, all right, I'm ending this shit right now. Same thing when the flood happened. When the flood happened, all right, it went over the mountains, and after it went over the mountains, it stopped at a certain point, and then the waters came back down. All right? So the waves can't go all the way up out of space. All right? It says, and break up my decreed place and set bars and doors. All right? So he broke the waters when it was flooded, or the broke down those doors, those bars, and also we can't leave. All right? There's another one. All right? We know the sea of glass is through the chariots, but there's also another one that talks about the sea of glass, that is talking about the outside of the earth. All right? The scientists called it the Van Allen belts, which are like hard glass that you can't pass through the earth onto the moon. And there's a bunch of radiation in those areas. All right. Now, it's of no coincidence that the Most High had it set that way. All right. And break up my decreed place and set bars and doors, and said, hitherto shalt thou come, but no further. And that's what happened to Nimrod and the people. And here shall thy proud waves be stayed. All right. So whenever it was flooded, all right, through those two times, it only went to a certain limit. It didn't pass. All right. And then the Most High brought it back down. It says, hast thou commanded the morning since thy days? So we can't do that. We can't tell the sun to go up in the mornings. All right. Most of the time, Jake wants the sun to go back down so he can stay sleeping. All right. And caused the day spring to know his place. All right. So the day spring is the daylight. All right. And it knows its place because it follows the sun. Same thing with the moon. The moon gives her own light. All right. The moon isn't, reflective of the sun and all this BS that people want to teach. All right. It says that it might take hold of the ends of the earth. Now, does that mean that there's an edge? No. From the end of the earth, he's going to gather his people. All right, from one side of the earth to the other, that the wicked might be shaken out of it. You see, so it goes back and forth, and it wouldn't make really sense until you read the account of Nimrod, until you read the accounts of Revelation, what is to come. All right, the wicked are going to be shaken out of it. Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Job 20, and you know what? Let me see if I can get that. Actually, I'll get it here on my sword. This is Job chapter 20. Salakia. Job chapter 20 and verse 4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth? All right, so since we were placed upon earth, all these prophecies, all these truths were already set. All right, because the Most High declared the end from the beginning, as it is written, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. You see? So it says that they might take hold of the ends of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it, in Job 38 and 13. All right, so you can only go a certain space before you can't go no more. All right, humans can only go a certain further way up into the skies, the waters, before they can't keep going. All right, they can't keep going anymore. You see, same thing with your ships, your rockets. I don't give a damn how advanced your technology is. You can only go a certain way before it has to come back down. All right, this is one of the biggest ones that they use because they're ignorant. Job 38 and 14. It is turned as clay to the seal, and they stand as a garment. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that, the Most High put a seal on the earth, and that the ends is actually Antarctica like the flat earthers believe? No. All right? That's not what it's talking about. How can they stand like a garment, all right, and is turned as clay to the seal? You see? So when you get into it, it says it is turned, which that word turned, hapak, Salakia. Hapak means to turn, overthrow, overturn, to change or transform, to be perverse. All right, so we'll read verse 13 and 14 to get a clearer understanding afterward, but it says as clay, all right, which is mortar, cement, clay, mire, heap. All right, so it's changed like clay to the seal, signet, ring, a seal, all right, a stamp. Because when you look up that word ka watham, all right, it was ka watham, a stamp. You see? So a seal of approval, a stamp. It is turned as clay to the seal. That means it is changed like clay as a stamp. All right, when you put that stamp or that seal on clay, it's changed from the way that it is to a different way. And they stand as a garment. And they stand to place, to stand, all right, set. It's been set as a garment, all right, which is a covering, clothing, garment, apparel, raiment. Labash, which means to dress, to wear, to clothe, to put on clothing. And what are we supposed to be clothed with? What are we supposed to be arrayed with? What are we supposed to be dressed with? This wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in this true doctrine. All right, so it's already set in stone, basically, is what it's saying. All right, let me see if I can get that translated from one people. I believe is the book of Ecclesiasticus. It's this one right here. Injuries, pride is hateful, hatred to thy neighbor, but every wrong. Alright, so I'm going to read this one next. But let me read verse 13 and 14 together. That it might take hold of the ends of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it. Who is the wicked? Esau, Edom, these heathen, other nations, 2/3. It is turned as clay to the seal, that they stand as a garment. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 10, verse 7. Pride is hateful before our power and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Because of the unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, which is Esau, Edom, the kingdom, which is this whole earth, is translated from one people to another. All right, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. And who is it translated to? Jacob. All right, as you read in 2nd Ezra, let me get that actually over here. Jump to that 2nd Ezra chapter 6 and verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The hand of the man is betwixt the heel and the hand. Other question, Esdras, ask thou not. So that's the end. That's the end of it. All right. The kingdom is translated from one people to another. That's what this is saying. Job 38 and 13 and 14. That they might take hold of the ends of the earth. All right. From one part of the earth to the other. That means the whole earth. That the wicked might be shaken out of it. And why are they going to be shaken out of it? Because the righteous are going to inherit the kingdom. It is turned as clay to the seal. That means it is changed, translated from one people to another, and they stand as a garment. That means it's final. The Most High already set it up. It's final. That's what it is. Job 38 is not talking about a flat earth. All right? And from the wicked of their light is withholden, and the high arm shall be broken. Who is that high arm? Esau, Edom. He's going to make war with the Most High, and he's going to be broken off. Hast thou entered into the springs of the sea, or hast thou walked in the search of the depth? All right, because Esau, Edom thinks that he has this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding, but he doesn't. All right, now the Most High was saying these things to Job, and Job was not understanding what he was talking about. All right, but the earth is not flat. The scriptures do not say the earth is flat. All right, that word circle, which we read in Isaiah 40. Salakia. In 22, it said, the circle of the earth. As I pulled it out earlier, I don't know if, that was in the first part. Upon the circle of the earth, which means a circuit, the compass, that word is kawag, which means a sphere. All right? Sphere, circle, sphere. The world, you see? So it's not talking about, a flat earth. You see? There is no flat earth. All right? It's not true. That's those are fables. All right? And plus, let's say that the earth is flat, which is not. Is that going to save you? Is that the garment you should be putting yourself in? No. The garment is the truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. All right? There's wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So it's not bad to learn these things and to know that the earth is not flat. You see? But the final thing is the word of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, to die for that word. All right? Let's see about the scripture over here. Salakia. And it doesn't matter if you don't believe in what the apostles say, what the brothers say. All right? At the end of the day, it doesn't matter. You see? So you know what? Let me get that in the blue letter. This is John chapter 15, verse 16. man, I don't know if I had set this up a long time ago and I never did the video or what, but everything that I've been getting has been coming up in blue, and I like to color code my stuff. But this is John 15:16. Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you and ordained you that you should go and bring forth fruit. All right. So does that mean that we have to go to trees? You see what I mean? That's basically what people be saying, man. They'll read a scripture and they'll try and fit it to what their imaginations are. That doesn't mean that you have to go to a tree and get fruit and that your fruit should remain. That doesn't mean get fruit that'll never go bad by a tree. No, the fruit is the wisdom, the knowledge, and the understanding. That whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, he may give it you. These things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world will love his own. So does that mean the earth is going to be done away with? No, the earth abideth forever. All right, let me see if I can get that one real quick here in Ecclesiastes. This is Ecclesiastes chapter... Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse... Let me start off at verse 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. You see? So from one generation to another, people have different feelings, different ways of life. Oh, the sun goes in a circuit above the earth. All right, it doesn't go around the earth, but it's inside the earth, not outside the earth. All right, bunch of fucking confusion is what these people are bringing forth. They say that the moon landing wasn't real. All right, because the moon is too far away, or not too far away, but the moon is being protected by radiation. But then they say that the earth is a dome enclosed in a space, and the moon and the sun are inside. You see what kind of stupidity these people bring? Confusion. That's all they bring, confusion. This is verse 5. The sun also ariseth, and the sun goeth down, and hasteth to the place where he arose. So it's a circuit. All right, it goes around the earth. To us, it looks like it's risen, and then it looks like it goes down. All right, it's not inside the earth. All right, the Lord didn't create the moon and the sun inside of the earth and then closed everything in. And that's what people like to think. Let me see. The wind goeth toward the south, and turneth about unto the north. It whirleth about continually, and the wind returneth again according to its circuits. All the rivers run into the sea, yet the sea is not full. Unto the place from whence the rivers come, thither they return again. All right, so it all belongs to Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, so if you decide that it's the truth, then good for you. If you don't, then we don't need you anyways. All right, if I be part of that elect or not, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is going to be remaining forever. All right, so it doesn't matter what you think. At the end of the day, it's the Father and the Son and the election. All right, the earth is not fucking flat. So with that, Akim, I want to say shalom, peace and blessings to the 12 tribes of Israel. And as always, giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak Wadash. Shalom.